Jeff, you know we've been together for quite some time, so you know Mark gonna do something crazy, and then him gonna be here. We sync with it, so he just did a great job right there, being manager.
What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Lamar Jackson threw for 3 fourth quarter touchdowns. The Baltimore Ravens topped the Bengals on a 2-point conversion with 38 seconds remaining to beat the Bengals 35-34 on Thursday night. The Bengals rallied from a 21-7 third quarter deficit, overcoming a huge game from Bengals receiver Lamar Jackson. He finished with 11 catches for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 5-yarder in the final minute to bring the Bengals within 1. The Ravens had 231 of his 389 total yards in the fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson threw for 290 yards and 4 touchdowns. Joe Burrow threw for 428 yards and 4 touchdowns. Baltimore lost all-pro safety Kyle Hamilton to an ankle injury late in the first half.
Stopping the offense from getting on the right track. You know, in the NFL, I believe when you start the drive with positive yards, it'll determine what the result going to be at the end. But we kept getting off the field fast. You know, a penalty here, drive was back, and we wouldn't execute to get closer to a first down mark, and we was punting the ball. So we just got to watch film and get better at that.
It's been a long time since this team had even trailed by 14 points. Yeah. What's the mood on the sideline when things aren't going well? What are you saying to people?
When we get back out there, just score. Because that'll define the game, really. You know, if we just sitting out there, putting our defense back out there, and we not contributing, you know, putting points on the board, it'll went the other way. You know, the way we really didn't want it to go. You know, so that's just us keeping our poise, putting points on the board, and defense delivering stops.
Lamar, what saw you with your arm around DeCosta on the sideline as you guys are watching that last Cincinnati drive? What was anything said between you?
It was just it was that first down like that. They was looking at the review for the first down. We was like, we didn't think he had it. You know, that's what we were just discussing, and they end up having it. So that's all.
Lamar, the run where you're fading to the right, it looks like you might go out of bounds and maybe throw it away. What was going through your mind? Were you thinking of throwing it away, and what did you see at the last second when you ran it down to the 1 before Henry ran it in?
Just try to make something happen. That's all that was. And I was gonna throw the ball away, but when I turned, I just had room. So it was like just get as much yards as I could. I should have scored, really. I went down. I played.
Lamar, the touchdown.
Nelson Aguilar, and you toughed the ball. Was that because they were keying down on the run game and you wanted to draw them in?
You know, we have different plays like that. So I could have kept the ball, you know, but he was just playing football.
Lamar, the touchdown to Andrews, did he improvise that route?
He did.
He did?
Yeah,
Is that just something from playing with him so much that you expected him to do?
Jeff, you know we've been together for quite some time, so you know Mark gonna do something crazy, and then him gonna be here. We sync with it, so he just did a great job right there, being manager.
Mark, do you feel like every time you and Joe, I mean you and both top 2 quarterbacks in this league, do you just kind of feel like when you guys meet that it's going to be something special? It seems like that way this year.
I just know that's a great quarterback over there. You know, it's a lot of great quarterbacks in the league, not just us two. You know, and it's a divisional game. I just know it's going to be a dogfight with regardless, because he got dog in him.
How different do those division games feel? I mean, you obviously just win one now, you got one next week. I mean, how different from the regular game is it?
I'll say it's like a playoff game. You know, we see each other twice a year. We pretty much know each other somewhat, and guys just trying to get after it.
Lamar, how much do you guys need this long bye, this mini bye this weekend? I mean, you guys have been banged up and played a lot. How key could this be for kind of the second half?
I believe it'll be huge for us. Just take a step back, you know, catch our breath, relax our bodies, and get ready for this long road.
Lamar, what was the theme of the game-winning touchdown through to Rashad? You went in the air. You kind of looked up in the air to throw it. What kind of led you to do that?
Gino was like, it was like a 2-on-1 basically. Me and my receiver versus Gino. Gino was, you know, trying to. I believe he thought I was gonna run the ball, but bait was just flying. I just got to deliver him a throw he can catch, and he did.
All right, thank you, Lamar.
Appreciate you.
How frustrated are you that you didn't convert that?
I'm pissed off, of course, but you know that's game of football. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't get what we want, but we got to come out next drive and execute it. Hopefully, we do better than we did last time.
Were you open on the 2-point conversion?
Yeah, I'm always open.
The they do anything different in the second half than the first? Did they make any adjustments?
They played two-man second half one time, but no, not really. They was really just rolling through a lot of coverages. I was moving all over the place, so there was quarters, 3, man, 2. They was just throwing a lot of different coverages at me.
The two long ones, were they man?
One was 3 buzz, and another one was quarters.
She just outran?
Nah, it was a hole in the dagger window. I attacked the ball. It was a good job by me attacking the ball and just making a play after. And the second one was quarters. The safety came down on my side, and once he came down, that means I'm going to the post area.
How much did their defense change without Kyle Allen? Did you notice?
I'm not really focused that much on how much they changed in it. I think they just put Marlon at nickel and just played through it like that.
The sentiment in the locker room was really that it hurts us. How does this loss really reframe, how you think about the season in the court?
I don't know. We done had some tough losses this year, all close games. I don't know. I think we just got to find a way to finish. We've been doing this. Every loss we had, we didn't finish. So we just got to find some type of way to finish.
They change up. I mean, is that they didn't play the same way they played in Cincinnati?
No, not really. A lot of cloud in Cincy.
You mentioned the finish thing. Do you think that carries over from one game to the next? Or is each game kind of its own thing?
It carries on every game of the season. It's not just one game.
You feel like this is the best game to do with Joe have combined together in the situation?
I know. What do you think? I agree with you then. Yeah.
The one that the last touchdown, the 5-yarder in the red zone. What was?
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. What was your? I mean, it looked like you were in a double, right?
No, it was cloud over there. I ran like a corner route off the safety, and safety was inside leverage, so I had an out route while he inside.
Did you break it off, or was that the call?
That's the call.
Did you say anything to Joe after the 4th down?
Say it again.
Did you say anything to Joe after the 4th down? What made you pretty upset?
The one he threw the burden?
Yeah.
Do you think?
What's the dialogue? I mean, given that how well you know each other, I mean, what's the dialogue like after that when you feel like, hey, I probably could have it all here?
I mean, I'm not going. Me and Joe both know when we mess up with each other. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we don't have to go off on each other or talk to each other. We just give each other a look and we move on.
How frustrating has it been that y'all players both y'all have had this season and still under 500 in 10 games in?
Yeah, it's crazy to say that. I would never in a million years expect me to play this well and he played this well and we still have a record like this. So.
Do you feel like when you talk about finishing, that's something that you guys can achieve, or do you feel like that's something that a team just either has or doesn't have?
That's something we could achieve. I mean, we've been showing it this whole time. You know what I'm saying? It just comes down to the last 2 minutes every time.
4-6 now. Still have 7 games left. All the confidence that this team can still make the playoffs.
Yeah, I do. 100%. I mean, we showed it tonight what we could do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Baltimore's a great team, man. They come out and fight. Every game is a hard fight with them. So
you're going to need young guys down the stretch. Chase, Yosavash, Mims. They've never been in a spot like this before. What do you tell those guys?
I've never been in this spot either. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep fighting, move forward. You know.
Did you feel the game change at the fumble?
You feel a little bit of momentum. I mean, you feel the crowd. That's about it.
Is it also frustrating that y'all play Baltimore as well as y'all have this year, Kansas City as well as y'all have, only 3 in both those games? I mean, given where y'all want to go, what's the extra level of frustration knowing how well you play those 3 teams?
Sucks losing to those guys, but you know, we keep playing and win. We'll be where we want to be, and we'll have another opportunity for those guys. Cool.
Can you start with breaking down what you saw on the 2-point conversion?
Yeah, I had, they gave us 0 presentation, edge droppers, so you had 2 hole players, and, I just sailed it a little bit.
Going for 2 there, is that what you expected? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, we knew what situation we were in.
How frustrating you with the throw there? The line.
Yeah, I'll have to see it on tape. I wasn't able to see where it went on the field, but I'll have to see it on tape.
Did you see Gesicki get held on that? Did you get hit in the face on that? I mean, they could have called a couple of things there, it looked like.
Yeah, you're not getting those calls in that situation for the most part.
Jamar just said he was open on that play. Did you see him, or what was the progression of how you wanted that play to unfold?
No, he was on the backside. I didn't get to him. I took my first read.
It seemed like there were a couple maybe potentially late hits on you that didn't get flagged. Do you feel like that's frustrating when that type of stuff doesn't happen with what you've done in this league at this point?
You know, I feel like I've never really gotten those calls, so I don't really expect that. I felt like there were a couple that were close, but again, I don't expect those.
You had the message after the Raiders game about the expectations and the standard and improving. Do you feel like the team responded to that? Do you feel like you guys showed progress today and just didn't come out the result? Or?
Didn't get the result. That's what matters.
Jamar just said, Joe, that when you and he screw up one way or another, you guys have an unspoken communication with each other. Did you sense that after 3rd and 2 and 4th and 2 tonight when you couldn't convert that?
Yeah. You know, obviously would have liked to have those two back.
The 2 losses to the Ravens, I mean, have really come down to the last minute, but in a lot of ways, you guys had these games winnable situations, whether it be Cam Taylor-Britt's dropped pick, as a Chase Brown fumble. How do you guys get yourself in a position where you can start finishing so these games don't have to come down to a 2-point conversion to win the game?
Yeah, we just got to make the opportunities that are there, make the plays. You know, we did in spots and we didn't in spots tonight, and that's been the story of our season. So, you know, I'm going to do everything in my power to continue to be ready for the opportunities that come. Try to take advantage of them.
Has this been the most frustrating season that you've ever had, where you guys feel like you play so well and somehow don't have more wins to show for it?
Yeah, this one has been frustrating.
Jamar said it's hard for him to believe that he's playing so well and you're playing so well, and you have the record to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how we're playing, and then, you know, you look at Trey Hendrickson, how he's playing. Yeah, it's tough pill to swallow. But we've had our opportunities. Obviously, you know, it's tough when you feel like you're playing well enough to win and you're not, but there's always more to do.
Joe, what enables championship teams to put away teams when in close situations, like maybe all they're able to do? When championship teams are able to do that, why are they able to do that?
You just, you know, sometimes it's the way the ball bounces. That's the game, but you just have to be ready when your opportunity comes and presents itself, and be ready to make a play. You never know when it's going to come. You never know what situation it's going to be in. And, you know, backups, you never know when your opportunity presents itself. When guys go down, you got to go take advantage of it and go from there.
From the first drive, going for it on 4th down to going for it on 2 points, you guys were really aggressive all night. Is that the mindset you think you guys have to have now?
Yeah, just the way we know what they have on offense. And so that was mindset coming in and be aggressive.
Can you tell us what you saw on the 4th down, the pass attempt to Burton?
I had one-on-one with Jermaine on a route that I like him on, and just missed him a little bit.
With the late game stuff, is there an intangible quality that you guys had to win in previous years that you haven't shown this year?
Yeah, I mean, in years past we hit the opportunities, and this year we haven't. You know, guys just got to make plays down the stretch to close these games out, and we haven't.
When you have that level of frustration that you're talking about, how do you stay positive the rest of the way?
Just try to stay consistent with your process, your mindset, your practice. You know, that's what the great players do. It doesn't matter how it's going on the field. You focus on what you can control and trying to get better every day and taking care of your body, eating right, getting your sleep. And so I'm going to continue to be consistent.
What do you think about going into that two-point pressure? What was running through your mind as y'all kind of went to the huddle and went to the timeout? What were you thinking about in that moment?
Just had to get it done. You know, I liked the call, but you know, had a little pressure, and so you know, probably would have rather just gotten off of that first progression and extended a little bit in that situation. But you live and you learn.
When you think about this game over the next 12 hours and as you kind of go through the weekend, what do you think will go on the most?
I don't know. We'll see. You know, everyone's going to talk about the 2-point play, but you know, we had plenty of other opportunities to, on both sides of the ball, to put ourselves in better position.
It's kind of a two-part question. You mentioned, you know, how well you, Jamar, and Trey are playing. Do you feel like you guys have enough talent around you guys that you guys should be a better team than 4-6?
Yeah, I feel that way. I think, you know, your record is what your record is, and you are what your record is. So we're a 4-6 football team right now, and it's going to be an uphill battle to get back into this thing. But, you know, I like what we have in the locker room. I like the coaches that we have up there, and so just keep plugging along.
You and Lamar just turned in two of the better quarterbacking head-to-head games that maybe we'll ever see in a single season. What would you say to Lamar tonight about how he's playing?
It's always fun playing against him. You know what kind of game it's going to be. He's going to make big-time plays, put them in great spots to win the game, and you got to match it. So, you know, I love playing against him. I love watching him. He's incredible. What he does with the ball in his hands is fun to watch. So, you know what kind of game it's going to be going into that when you got him on the other side of the ball.
Games against these guys come down to turnovers a lot of times, and when you had that short field fumble, I mean, it seemed like that was a big energy killer there. How tough was it to rebound from that?
Yeah, we were up 2 scores with the ball at that point. And so that's kind of the story of how it goes against this team. If you lose the turnover battle, you're usually going to lose. That's how these matchups have gone. Thanks, guys.